All right, so it's back to school time and we have done some back to school shopping. Trying to find some funny, useful, maybe stupid, useful things.
But stupid things do I buy like every year for school, and I think, why do I buy that? And then next year I buy it again.
And then sometimes it's just fun to find what's at the store and be like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. Maybe it's super useful.
Right? Let's try that this year. See if it'll motivate my children, because we all know we will do anything to motivate our children to get their work done.
So today, we're going to be comparing items that we each got separately from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to pull out our little Dollar Tree bags and we're going to surprise each other. We're going to see if we think it was a stupid thing
Or a useful thing.
or a stupid useful thing.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, that's always an option. So,
Right. I'm kind of excited to see if you picked out some of the same things I did.
right?
So I was kind of like, oh my goodness, if you were here with me, I would totally make a comment about this to you. And that's when I was like, I'm buying that just so I can talk about it with you.
See, then now we just have our fun conversations of talking about the stuff we would buy instead of in the store in front of strangers, in front of a whole lot of strangers.
Right? Instead of a store of like, what, 10 people are allowed in,
Yeah.
now we get to do it in front of like millions, hopefully.
Right?
That's
'Cause
awesome.
You want to see us and how we talk to each other. All right, you go first. What's your first thing?
I go first? Okay.
because I said it.
Okay, so this is my first thing.
Ooh, that's cool.
Look how giant those things are.
Those are sticky notes?
Yes.
Those are huge. I was looking for tiny sticky notes, but they didn't have them.
No, these are massive ones, and they stick along the long side,
Ooh.
not the short side.
That's handy, especially with older kids, I think, as there's things to put in a book.
Yeah, but then you like stick it out, the long side sticks up out of the book instead of like the little short side. So now you have this long strip to like write your tab on. So I don't know if your kids like take notes and stick them out the book so they can find them later.
Yeah, I don't know. My children taking notes.
Right. True story. But hopes and dreams. Maybe that's
That's
why
why I do
do.
That's why like the little tiny ones, so I just keep my place. And I can find where we are.
Now see, but I was also like, sticky notes never last. And if you ever like skim through your book and like, you know, or when you're done, you find it on the ground and you're like, oh crap, I didn't put the page number on that. Where'd that go? So I'm not sure if this is stupid or useful because of how big they are and because they stick on the, I don't know.
Maybe it's like we should have a follow-up.
Right?
You know what?
How did we actually use these once we started using them? There are 100 of them.
Okay, so my first thing
Okay.
totally looked like it would with your first thing. I was like, oh, there's no cars, and they should fit in my thing. They would fit in there. So hey, you can buy a ton of these sticky notes and put them in my little.
They had different colors. Each kid their own
You
color.
can organize it. Anyways, for having younger kids who have sight words, flashcards, all those things you practice, I end up with baggies, and I have a ton of just baggies, and they end up like deteriorating, or rubber bands, and then the cards start bending. So it's like, oh, that's actually, I think, pretty useful.
So, and they'll stack better, and like you can even write on them. Like
Yeah.
peel this off and put on with your Sharpie, like what kid and what like flashcard.
Right, like flashcards, and then maybe next year if you want to repurpose it, just rubbing alcohol the Sharpie off, and you can totally redo that. So I was like, okay, I think it's a cool thing.
I think so too.
All right, so I like
And it's
that one.
probably cheaper there than like.
Well, that was what I was like, okay, if I'm at the Dollar Tree, what is actually a good deal? Because all the paper and the pencils and the normal school supplies that everyone's buying, I mean, I'm gonna go to Walmart later on the tax-free weekend and just like load up this cart and buy everything.
500 spiral notebooks.
But this, I don't think Walmart would have had for $1. And if they did, I just wouldn't necessarily have thought of it. So
Right,
it was
because
just
you're
a different
buying
idea.
so many other things when
Yeah.
you're there for paper and pencils and things like that.
Okay, number two.
Number 2, binder clips.
Ooh, binder clips.
Right?
Those are handy.
So all my kids, like their individual subjects, all have their binder clips. And I have a child that has to like know from beginning to end of what she does or whatever. So she likes to binder clip everything together except for that one like section that she has to have done at the end of the week. So then she can see how far she is through it. And some of them are like small enough that I can use paper clips, but I'm like, yeah, you're in high school now. Hopefully your books are big. She's gonna hate me. But anyway, so I was like, oh, binder clips. I brought it home. Oh my goodness, my husband. No, you use those to close chip bags.
Hey, they are multi-purpose.
So it doesn't work for the binders because they're not, I don't know, size, and we can just use paper clips. I can always use it to close up the Cheetos.
Okay, Okay, so my next one, also useful. So in my kids' school stuff, they end up having an art section.
Yes.
And so that's really fun this last year. We really loved letting the older kids get to show me all their watercolor painting and whatnot. Well, I'm like super cheap art person. I have like art supplies from forever and go get it in the bin. And like whatever, like my daughter had just been using a paper plate for her like paint palette.
Yes, yeah.
For $1. There's six of them. I have 6 kids. It's like 6 little pallets. Not, I really have 4. I'm homeschooling right now. But I was like, those are cool.
Those are cool.
And they're like plastic too. So I was like, ooh, I like
They're like 3 for $5 a Five Below. I was telling you that's a good deal.
$1. I was telling like art supplies, and then like rinse it out, reuse it, keep it in your bucket of school stuff.
Look at you reusing.
I was like, ooh, winner. It's really like what's useful at the Dollar Tree. But the last are expensive other places for sure.
They are. Like, and I was shocked. They even had like jumbo size ones that were even bigger, and then smaller
Oh, I love the tiny ones. Those are my favorites.
Are they? Yeah. They don't close chips, so my husband wouldn't approve.
No, we know. It's important to have those priorities set up.
True story. Okay, so this is ridiculous, and I just had to buy it because you better agree with me on this one. That's all I'm gonna say is you better think that this is as stupid as I think it's stupid. This is your to-do list, honey. Look at it, tiny.
Okay, but like my card I take to the grocery store is just a 3x5 card, just a little bigger than that.
Right, but this is not even a 3x5 card. And I swear, like, the lines are even smaller, and then half of it's taken up by decoration and the actual clip for the clipboard.
Right, where am I hanging this? Does it have a magnet? Like, it's not even a fridge magnet. Like,
I could just see my son in his giant handwriting to do math, science. I'm done.
That's another to-do list one.
Yes. I get to do math and science. Like, that's what it would be, because he's like that age to do those things. So I was like, this is the most stupid thing ever. Who can fit their to-do list on there? If you can fit your to-do list on there, go buy one and show me your to-do list on here.
Right? It's only $1.
True story. And maybe
that's why she spent $1.
so true. And maybe you'll try it this week and be like, maybe you'll do that. And it'll like narrow down what the most important things are because only like 6 go on here.
I'm gonna like totally double call one, triple call that sucker.
Yes, no.
I'd make it fit. I don't know, my brother. I was like, what's wrong with you?
My husband's like, can't even. No. Anyway, so that was definitely.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so my last things in the bag are all related to the same idea. So one of the things trying to motivate my kids, which some years is successful and some years is really bad, is I try and keep a treasure box. And so Dollar Tree, a great place to go pick up little things for kids. Now, elementary kids, like, okay, so I did the what am I there? I saw that then. I was like, oh, that's just a really fun, a new game. It's super cheap, obviously. I was like, I gotta pull this thing out, see how cheap.
Oh my gosh.
It's $1. I mean, you complain, it's $1. So anyways, so you get your little headbandies.
Oh my gosh, they are little headbandies. You put one on it.
Yeah. So we get out our cards. Hold on. And
Oh my
and
gosh,
we can like
so we
guess
have
what we
markers.
are. Yeah, so we can like
So we keep
play a
coins?
game. Oh, sample questions, because we have no idea.
So there's not even instructions, it's just sample questions.
So we have to just try and guess what each other are.
There's-
And so we have our what am I. So I'm just trying to rip a couple off and then we can mix them up and guess each other. So let's see if we can do this really fast. So we have our cards. I have not cheated or peeked at these.
Give me a
Okay.
card.
I don't know which card you're taking. Okay. We are prepped to play the game. Okay, go for it.
I get to ask first?
Yeah.
Okay, but I just keep looking at your. Am I living?
No.
Okay.
Am I living?
Yes.
Ooh.
So am I not living? Am I useful?
Could be. It's
Okay.
useful. I just don't know what your definition of useful in that sentence is. Am I a person?
No.
Okay.
Where are these questions at? Can I be worn?
No.
Okay, because that should be useful if you can be worn.
It's bad when we have to cheat and look at the sample question. All right. Am I a pet? Okay.
My husband would like you as a pet.
Okay, I'm a clue what I am now.
There you go.
Here, your turn.
Okay, so I cannot be worn, and I'm not living, but can it be used to hold water? That's a very specific question, isn't that? There's only so many
Oh
things.
my gosh, that's awesome. All right, am I a whale?
No.
Oh, I'm just checking.
bug you too much?
Oh, I'm honeybee.
You're a bee, yep.
I'm a bee. You start off with little trainers on the side.
Oh, my bicycle.
Yeah, you're a bicycle. Okay, so my last little things that I did with Treasure Box was an older idea. This is like etching coloring. So like the animals
oh my
is
gosh, your daughter's gonna love that.
beautiful. I know. See, I was like, oh, that's a cool thing. And then it's like, what does it say?
Looked like she had a
Like,
beard.
it's just an extreme dot to dot. So they have like 200, 300.
Oh
like,
my gosh, are you kidding me?
Mm.
I don't think any of my kids have patience for that.
Hey, if they want to try. And then just a normal coloring book. That's more.
Right, my kids
older
love
kids.
those.
Yeah, so I just wanted to like maybe think outside the box as your kids get older for your treasure box. Sometimes it's really easy to get the fun stickers, toys, little figure peoples, games. but there's really cool stuff there too for older kids. So
Well, they have all those like puzzle box thingies too that you can use, like the metal, whatever. They've got
Yeah,
like
like-
brain thinker puzzle things that are fun too.
Yeah, my kids love those.
So
So I think we have some interesting finds from the Dollar Tree. You never know what you're gonna find,
Right.
and if it's really gonna be useful or not. So, hang out with us, come back, see us again. We're gonna keep going around and finding fun things around the town and probably online shopping and see
Right.
all the silly, weird stuff out there.
crazy thrift store shopping and what
Yes.
to do there,
Thrift
maybe
stores.
be mean and dress each other up and things like that. So we like to do crazy things.
So this is gonna be fun and stupid and hopefully some useful to all of you guys too.
Yep.